Morning everyone, hello.
Morning, sir.
This looks awesome now, by the way.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Where are we with the launch of this, and are we ready for the event?
Sorry.
You know what would be really cool? When we're talking about the tech and the design, can we get Johnny Ive to speak about it? Because he's got a really nice voice and it would be awesome for him to talk about it.
You fired him, actually.
Did we? Huh. Anybody? Can we get anybody?
Got Richard.
Richard from IT.
Yeah.
I guess that will have to do.
All right.
My honest first impression when I saw the Vision Pro for the first time was one of disappointment. But at the same time, I'm a tech guy, right? And I'm really excited about what that means for the rest of the industry. I'm Alex and I do down-to-earth tech videos. I'm really impressed about the technology itself. I love all of that. Ultimately, there's no way I'm going to solve the problem of the 3.5 grand, right? That is a massive issue, can't ignore that. But I'd like to look beyond that for a bit with you today and, kind of see what it means for us in our lives and the industry in general.
And also, I'm nervous about it. There's a lot of anxiety around, what that means for our lives. And I spent a lovely time with you yesterday after the event in my live stream. It was great to catch up with some of you there. And I later connected with some of you as well via the community post on YouTube and on Twitter. And I was overwhelmed by how many people are feeling the same way about this product. So let's talk about the tech. Let's gorge around that. I'm a geek. I enjoy all of that stuff. Yes, I'm wearing 2 watches. More on that in my next video. But let's also talk about what I think it means for people, not just people wearing the headset, but their families and their friends and people around them. How exclusive this will be, right? Basically, you gotta be rich to get one. A lot of the concerns that I have is around, those people that are close to you and when you are engaging with that product. And judging by the feedback that I got in my live stream and my comments, you might be thinking the same. Whilst the media and the tech world is frantically sharing how amazing this product is, I think it's important to kind of tackle some of the realistic scenarios here. First of all, let's talk about the design for a bit. I was so disappointed when I first saw the headset. I'm curious to know, how many people felt the same way, but there were so many cool renders out there that looked more advanced than what Apple released. I know some of them are quite realistic because there's a lot of tech in there, right? Probably being a little bit unreasonable here because, the amount of tech that is behind in the headset is a lot, right? But I was honestly expecting a sleeker design. Shoot me. But it was that realization, right, that we're still quite far behind when it comes to the wearable technology. I don't know, I'll just never forget that feeling that I got when I saw the first iPhone. With this, I don't know, it had the potential to give us that moment again. But personally, I don't know if it's Tim Cook, I don't know if it's the product itself or a combination of both. I just didn't get the same feeling. Sure, I wasn't there in Cupertino with everyone, being super excited about it. But I don't know if that would have changed anyway. Let me know how you felt and when you first saw it, when the first few frames popped into your eyes, what did you think? I'd love to know, honestly. I am really excited for what the technology will bring and I can't wait for the app developers to create some amazing experiences, but I just wish we were a little bit far ahead in the process, right? It just feels like this is way too early still, and even though they've been working on it for a long time, the tech itself, it feels to me that it could have been better. I don't know, maybe it's just me being, too unrealistic here. Let's talk about the customer itself that Apple seems to be aiming this towards and some of the challenge that I see with the tech itself. To me, ultimately, the customer is you and me, right? It's everybody. Maybe not next year, but when it becomes more affordable, more refined as well, Apple is clearly seeing this as a long-term journey to get people using these headsets as they use a personal computer. But there are so many challenges right now, right? The battery itself, it's crazy to me, right? Only 2 hours. So you want to sell us something that is 3.5 grand? Sure. You're giving us an experience like nothing else out there. And as a tech enthusiast, I'm all in. I'm sold. But 2-hour battery and you have this umbilical cord attached to your head? Yeah, you can attach this to a power outlet and extend the use, but it's just clunky to me. It looks futuristic, but at the same time, not that elegant. I'm not sure if someone like Steve Jobs was still around or Johnny Ives, right, if he would get that same design. I know the challenge is to make the thing lighter and it's already massively heavy, but they could have come up with something a bit different, I think. Apple had so long to work on this and I truly hoped that they would have come up with a better solution. They seem to have used nanotechnology in some parts of it, but it seems to me that battery technology is still behind and until battery technology itself or different ways of powering things come up, we're still stuck with the battery as they are today. The battery isn't the only challenge, right? I wish it was and I could probably get past that. But it's going to be heavy as hell as well, right? I was shocked when I saw that dad with their kids, just like Sloppy Tunes here in my comment said yesterday. Let me know what you thought of that too, but to me, it feels like something like this could make or break this device. Just ask Google, right? This sort of interaction between people wearing the device and others around them was what basically killed Google Glass. And before I talk a little bit more about the technology, which really excites me, just a quick reminder to like this video if you're enjoying it, of course, and afterwards take a look at the channel. If it's your first time here, or maybe you're a returning viewer but you forgot to sub last time, if you like my stuff, it would be awesome if you subscribed. I don't like to keep asking, but there's a lot of content that you can enjoy here. But the reason I ask is because it's the reality of YouTube. The bigger the channel, the better the sponsors for the channel, and hopefully more videos that I'll be able to produce like this one, which is not sponsored. Well, it's sponsored by people like you. Right now, I'm here at least once a week with a new down-to-earth tech video for you. Right, putting those huge concerns to one side, and in my opinion, the stupid looking design as well, let's brush that to one side for the moment. The part that really excites me is the technology. As a kid, I grew up in Brazil in the 80s, and I feel privileged to be of that era of, we didn't have technology, right, back then. And, to have grown as an adult and then obviously experiencing the boom in technology that we've had, personal computing and what we are today. So having this change happening right now, for me, is really exciting because, I've seen that before, but at the same time, I like to be less attached to things like this. I'd like to go back to, having technology would be great. I don't think technology will ever go away now, but it would be great for it to be less intrusive and something that is a bit more, kind of just part of our world. Maybe I don't want to be carrying so much tech with me, says him, the 2 watches. This technology right now, it looks stupid, let's be honest, but I'm hopeful that it is the beginning of something that will help us eventually see technology in a more natural way. There's no easy way though, right? I guess someone had to start it, and it happens to be Apple. And I think this will have some early success and will face a lot of challenges as well and setbacks. But seeing the technology, I can also see that Apple can, very quickly come back with a Vision Pro 2, which will have addressed all the problems in the first release. For instance, I see an amazing opportunity here with the eye tracking technology. If you haven't had a chance to watch the whole event, there's some bits that I'm publishing here, of course, but watch that bit because I thought that was probably the best part of the whole technology part, to be able to track things with your eyes and select with very minute sort of gestures. I thought that's the future. As they said at the event, it looks amazing and almost like magic, right? That section of the event actually did take me back to the Steve Jobs days, and when they introduced the iPhone without a physical keyboard. At the time, that felt crazy to me, and to a lot of people as well. But now, we know the rest is history. I think it's the same with the eye tracking technology. I really think that displays, for example, could potentially start implementing that tech. So our TVs, monitors, and even smartphones or tablets could be using eye tracking to, get rid of some of the touch aspect. I really love that, and I hope that this tech part, gets prolific and as quickly as possible so that other manufacturers, other brands as well, can start, introducing products with that technology. Because 2 reasons, right? Eventually, we're going to get used to this. In the next few years, eye tracking should be a thing. And it didn't look vastly expensive or complicated, right? They're tiny little sensors. So I'm kind of hopeful on that one. We are probably still a long way away from my dream of, being a more natural experience with the tech. But that to me is the end goal. And I'm really hoping that Apple is transitioning towards that goal and not focusing so much on smartphones. The signs are there for all to see, right? They clearly, in my opinion anyway, have ignored the iPad and the iPhone recently. So it's starting to make sense. That's a story for another video, of course. But for you, what do you think that the Vision Pro means? Do you think it's a positive overall? The change in the industry, do you think that's a good thing? Or do you think that it's getting creepy now and you're actually a little bit anxious? Let's do our usual emoji game here. Leave a scuba diving emoji if you're excited for it, or a zombie emoji if you think it's getting creepy now. I wanted to share this video quickly with you before I watch any reviews out there, just with my thoughts as raw as they are, without being influenced by anyone else. Mainly because there's going to be a lot of people in the tech world right now in Cupertino getting all the Kool-Aid from Apple, right? And they'll find it really hard to say anything other than the fluffy stuff that we're getting already on YouTube. There are plenty more videos coming up, and while you wait, check out this playlist that I've done for you as well. And I'm gonna get out of here because that cow/bull is coming to me now. Oh dear, let's go. It didn't actually chase me in the end, so I'm here safe and sound. I'll see you soon.